1 second, 1 moment, 1 turn you didn't see coming. You're driving through Key West. A car pulls out, a bike is in the blind spot, a driver doesn't see what's coming and crash. These accidents aren't random, they happen again and again in the same places. I'm Snyder, a partner with Florida Keys Injuries, and today we're talking about the most dangerous intersections in Key West, places where drivers, cyclists, and pedestrians are getting hurt far more often than people realize. Some of these intersections have blind spots, some confuse drivers, some look safe until they're not. Let's break them down. Key West roads are unique. Tight streets, heavy tourist traffic, pedestrians everywhere, bicycles and scooters constantly moving. And when all that mixes together, certain intersections become high-risk zones, and one stands out. Roosevelt Boulevard, also known as US 1, is the main highway running through Key West. It carries local drivers, tourists, delivery vehicles, bicyclists, pedestrians, and they all share the same roadway. And that mix alone creates risk. But at Conch Plaza, that danger is amplified. The area near Conch Plaza and the Gordon Food Street service store on North Roosevelt Boulevard is one of the most problematic crash locations in Key West. And here's why. There's no stop sign forcing drivers to come to a complete stop before they turn right onto Roosevelt Boulevard. So drivers tend to roll through the turn while focusing mostly to the left on fast-moving US 1 traffic. That rolling motion combined with the heavy traffic creates split-second conflict. Unlike most commercial signs that are elevated, the Gordon Food Service sign sits very low to the ground as a solid concrete structure, and that creates serious problems. Drivers trying to turn right onto Roosevelt, they don't have a clear line of sight. Their view is blocked when bicyclists approach, and pedestrian cross, and vehicles moving through the near lane. But it's not just drivers. The cyclists traveling along Roosevelt also have their view blocked by that same Gordon food sign. By the time they see a vehicle starting to turn, there's little to no reaction time. You can't avoid what you can't see. And when visibility is taken away on both sides, the risk of a crash goes way up. That kind of sightline obstruction is a serious safety issue. At this location, cyclists sometimes approach against traffic. Traffic rules say bikes should travel with traffic, but cyclists aren't always predictable. But we're not blaming the cyclists. It's all about visibility and expectation. Many cyclists ride on the sidewalk in this area because guess what? It feels safer than riding along that busy roadway along US 1. But this creates new problems. Vehicles are constantly pulling in and out of the plaza. It's almost like a game of Frogger, and drivers often only look towards vehicle traffic, not both directions on the sidewalk. So when a cyclist suddenly appears from a direction the driver didn't expect, there's almost no time to react. And when you combine these rolling turns, obstructed sight lines, cyclists on the sidewalk, and they're approaching from unexpected directions, the risk of a vehicle, bicycle, and vehicle pedestrian collision goes way, way up. Here are some other high-risk intersections: North Roosevelt and Palm Avenue, North Roosevelt and College Road, and North Roosevelt and Flagler Avenue. Each shares a pattern. There's confusion, there's blind spots, there's heavy pedestrian traffic, there's unexpected movement, and this leads to a high crash frequency. There are sightline obstruction, cars, bikes, and scooters all competing for tiny spaces, drivers making rolling turns trying to beat the traffic, tourists are unfamiliar with the roads, and there's distracted driving, and these crash patterns are so predictable, which means they are preventable. Now, there are simple solutions that could reduce the crashes at Conch Plaza. One, why don't we install a stop sign so drivers must come to a full stop before entering Roosevelt Boulevard? What if we raise or redesign that Gordon Food Service sign? It's just a concrete block. Put it up in the air. That would eliminate the visual obstruction and restore clean sight lines. These changes would improve safety for not only the drivers, but for cyclists and pedestrians alike. Now, there's another safety issue on Roosevelt Boulevard that causes crashes and a ton of confusion: the hawk pedestrian signals. They don't look like normal traffic lights, and misunderstanding them puts people at risk. These signals stay dark until a pedestrian presses the button, and that's where drivers get caught off guard. Here's what the lights mean. Flashing yellow, slow down. Solid yellow, prepare to stop. Solid red, we know what that means. That's a stop. But what about flashing red? That means stop, then go, only after a pedestrian clears your lane. A lot of drivers treat flashing red like a green light, but it's not a green light. And I've seen pedestrians hit while crossing legally, and drivers rear-ended for stopping correctly. In Florida, drivers must obey these signals, and I didn't understand. What is this hawk stuff? It's not a defense when someone is injured. Key West is beautiful, but some intersections, and especially Roosevelt near Conch Plaza, have developed a pattern of dangerous crashes because of blind spots and traffic mixing and limited visibility. And if you've been injured at one of these intersections, you don't have to deal with it alone. I'm Philip Snyder, a partner with Florida Keys Injury. We help people that were hurt in crashes get answers, support, and fair treatment. Drive carefully, my friends, stay alert, and be extra cautious where danger has already shown itself.